Hey guys, so I hope you got your Spider-Man Far From Home tickets already. I got mine for the 3rd instead of the 2nd, but it's all good. I'm still super hyped for the movie. We got a lot of great new stuff in this second trailer. The multiverse has been mentioned before by the Ancient One, Doctor Strange, and alluded to in Endgame and in the Ant-Man movies, but when Spider-Man says it, everyone loses it, including me. Guys, now anything is possible very soon. Other than that, we got some pretty dope action shots, some more exposition. We recently got some statements from the director Jon Watts on certain characters and certain things pertaining to the movie. And we got a bitch please from the legendary Nick Fury to our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which was just super hilarious. The trailer is sprinkled with lots of little details, so I'll be getting into all that, explaining some of the dialogue that I've seen, like the next Iron Man, speculating on what some of the characters are actually up to, what could be happening behind the scenes, and what they're kind of going for with this second installment and what might come in the future, and also who is capable of patching that dimensional hole. So let's get right into this breakdown. We get a shot of Peter still in his Iron Spider armor right in front of an Iron Man memorial. At this point, I'm sure the whole world has heard the devastating news Iron Man has died. It's hitting Peter especially hard, of course, and I'm sure he's extremely conflicted about that. He wants to continue helping the little guy, but he's not sure if he can fill the whole saving the whole entire world and universe role that Iron Man kind of left for him. Peter is only about 16 years old, guys, and he's already been in about 2 wars, so he might be kicking mad titans in the face on faraway planets, but he's still learning how to operate on a higher level of being a superhero and trying to actually save the world instead of his city. We get some action shots with the Iron Spider suit. Now, I have a love/hate relationship for this suit. Sometimes I think it looks awesome, and then other times I think it just looks so weird and it makes Peter look weird. It also looks a little too easy to be fighting these bad guys in this, and in the wake of Tony Stark's death, him being in that Iron Spider armor, I can feel like Peter might be trying to imitate Iron Man a little bit and try to fill in the Iron Man hole that is now in the world. That's why we get that Spider-Man quip when the officer tells him, "So you're the next Iron Man?" And he's like, "No, I'm too busy doing your job." And we get that because I think that's what Peter feels, that he has to be the next Iron Man. He even says that in the trailer, so I'm thinking that'll be an integral part of his progression through the movie. Him learning that he doesn't need to be Iron Man to save the world, and the world doesn't really need another Iron Man, they need Spider-Man. In an alternate post-fundraiser scene than that of what we got in the last trailer, Peter then ghosts Nick Fury. If you look close, you can see a poster for Crusher Hogan, just a nod to Spider-Man's old wrestling days when he was in the infancy of being Spider-Man. We get a look at a secret SHIELD setup base. We can see Maria Hill, Fury, Mysterio, and in the back you can see the actor who is rumored to be playing Chameleon. I guess Peter just feels super comfortable. I'm guessing that's why he takes his mask off in front of all these random people. I do not understand this, but I'm gonna wait till the movie comes out, then I'll see how they work this out. We learned that the snap tore a hole in their dimension, and from Mysterio, out of Peter Parker's lips, the multiverse is addressed, and it's just more prominently established, even though it's already been mentioned before in the MCU. But when a character like Spider-Man mentions it, it just becomes a bigger thing than it already was. A new clip actually came out of this scene, a longer version of it, where Mysterio goes into detail of the whole dimensional multiverse thing, and he says that he is from Earth 833 and that this universe, the MCU's universe, is actually 616. And a lot of people were getting mad about this. If you read comics or if you keep up with Marvel, you know that 616 is the main continuity in Marvel Comics. There's a bunch of other different realities in the multiverse for Marvel Comics, but 616 is the main universe, and they actually address the MCU and say that it's like Earth 1999. A lot of people were getting mad about this and calling out Jon Watts, but I think what they're trying to convey is that this Marvel Cinematic Universe, the one that we know so far, that's introducing the multiverse, they're trying to set up this universe as the main continuity where everything stems off from. So that's how I personally see it. I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to convey. I don't think they would just intentionally try to piss people off, guys. Recently, Jon Watts, the director of the movie, has made some statements. He stated that the elementals are actually from the other dimension. Aunt May actually did get snapped, and for those of Peter's classmates that didn't get snapped, we will be seeing older versions of them in the movie. Also, remember not to fully trust everything that Quentin Beck is saying. Remember, this is Mysterio we're talking about, guys. This is the master of illusion, so expect some bullshit. I feel like in this movie, the spider sense will manifest itself very prominently and a big part of Peter's arc in this movie and his progression as a character. character. Maybe anytime he gets around Quentin Beck, he has a strange feeling. He just really can't put his finger on it, but he just is kind of unsettled. The spider sense is a very intrinsic, unique, and special ability that really differentiates Spider-Man from pretty much all other heroes. So I'm betting that the spider sense will be realized by Peter in this movie, and it'll be used also to distinguish Peter as Spider-Man and not as Iron Man. And one of the biggest parts of being Spider-Man is having spider sense, something that really nobody else has, and something that makes him his own unique superhero. And I think that'll be a crucial part of the movie. At least I'm hoping. I think that would be a very good thing to run on. We get a better look at the fire elemental here, and also of the stealth suit in action, which is looking pretty great. I noticed this little snippet of Mysterio flying, but without any of that green smoke, so I'm wondering if this was intentional or if there's something that's being hidden with CGI that they're not wanting us to see already. But whatever the scene is, I'm sensing kind of a mislead. We get more Mysterio action scenes and Quentin and Peter in some kind of pub. Cape off, mask off, which I find just extremely odd. Even without the signature Spider-Man suit, Peter, why are you not wearing your mask? Secret identity. We need to protect the identity. I don't know what they're doing here. I'm gonna hold my judgment till I see the movie and see how they spin this, but yeah, I don't like that. And also you'll notice that Quentin actually has a beer, and it looks like Peter is enjoying a little cup of OJ with a bendy straw. I don't know. It's also implied that MJ actually knows that Peter is Spider-Man, and it makes sense. I mean, it's not that hard to tell this guy who might be wearing different suits but has the same exact powers as the Spider-Man that you know from New York. It just kind of lines up, and I don't doubt Michelle's intelligence, but maybe this could just be how they edited. We get a better look at the London Bridge elemental, and it looks as though all the other elementals have fused together now. Still don't know what the elementals could be after, or what Mysterio says they will be after, and why they're in this dimension. We get to see Mysterio taking on that London Bridge elemental. We hear Mysterio telling Peter that saving the world takes sacrifice, and sometimes people die. He could just be consoling Peter after Iron Man's death, or possibly maybe in one of these elemental battles, some innocent people die that Peter couldn't save, and he's starting to feel guilty about that. We see Peter wearing and taking off Tony Stark's glasses from Infinity War, and I don't know why this scene reminds me a lot of the first Raimi movie when Spider-Man takes off his glasses the morning after the bite. Maybe Tony recorded like a holographic message for Peter whenever he would wear the glasses, or maybe this is even when Peter realizes Mysterio's bullshit. Maybe the glasses analyze Mysterio's tech and realize that it's re-engineered Stark tech, and he's like, why do you have this if you're from another universe? And the final battle ensues, something like that, I'm thinking. We get an action shot of Spidey in the red and black suit, and I just absolutely love this suit, especially the texturing on it. It just looks so much better than the original Homecoming suit in motion, and I really can't wait to see more of it. Peter says the world needs the next Iron Man, and that he always feels like he's putting his friends in danger, and that'll more than likely be a main conflict in the movie for Peter. I mean, he wants to save the world, he wants to help people, but he doesn't know yet if it's worth putting all the people that he cares about in danger. And we also get a shot of Peter using that holographic Stark tech that we've seen in the Iron Man movies, and it looks like the hologram is the gauntlet of the Iron Spider suit, and there is a noticeable red in there, so maybe the Iron Spider suit is compromised, or maybe this is even when he makes the new black and red suit, which I think would be pretty awesome. We see Mysterio up front and close with the Fish Bowl, and it just looks damn immaculate, guys. I'm really just so glad we get to see Mysterio in live action and that Fish Bowl in live action. It looks great. All the CGI looks pretty awesome, and I'm really hyped especially for that. Fire elemental in Prague at that carnival. Nick Fury tells Peter to step up, and we see that Iron Man memorial, and I'm pretty sure that motivates Peter as well to get that call to action. We get to see the stealth Spidey suit in action versus that fire elemental. Really awesome Spidey acrobatics here. I'm really excited to see this, and I think I'm gonna like the stealth suit a lot more than I actually thought I would. And then at the end of the trailer, we get a bit of levity with the whole Happy Hogan. I don't work for Spider-Man, I work with Spider-Man, and then the jet explodes. And also I'm wondering if Mysterio had anything to do with that. Maybe he put an explosive on one of Spider-Man's suits or something. But yeah, guys, I'm still curious about the whole why the elementals are in Europe at the certain destinations, why they're there, and what Mysterio's motive could be for the movie, unless maybe he was a huge villain in his universe and he wanted to come to this universe to be a hero, kind of sort of taking some inspiration from the actual comics but twisting it in a new way. And another thing is I'm wondering which snap actually caused this dimensional hole, because there was like 4 snaps. We got Thanos' original snap, we got the snap to destroy the stones, we got Hulk snap to bring back everybody who was dusted, and we got the last snap by the one and only Iron Man Tony Stark to dust away away the mighty Thanos and his army. So now with the whole multiverse open, guys, and I'm pretty sure Sony and Marvel Studios are very comfortable with the multiverse after the success of Into the Spider-Verse. I'm sure they're looking into bringing different iterations of certain characters to the forefront of the movies. I think actually we might even see another version of Spider-Man in this movie. And I've been hearing people talk about the Earth that Mysterio is from is the same Earth where Spider-Man UK is from. So maybe we'll get something like that. I believe there was a toy that was actually made and it was in kind of a pattern of Spider-Man UK, but kind of just MCU-ified. I think also with Phase 4 coming out, or whatever the new slate of Marvel movies is for the next 4 to 5 years, I think they will be dealing with the multiverse. And by the end of it, I think one of the guys who can patch one of these holes, or at least have it so crazy elementals are not coming in and out of our reality, would probably be Reed Richards. And I have no doubt that the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, all those Fox characters, will come out in Phase 5 and later on in Phase 4, or you know, whatever the later part, like 2022, I think that's when we'll actually really start to see X-Men and Fantastic Four characters. I just really hope that Sony doesn't use this multiverse that the MCU has set up for a means to get Spider-Man into Sony's Venomverse, and with Morbius and stuff like that, I just really don't want that to happen. We've seen alternate versions of characters before. I don't know if the universe that they went to in Endgame is the universe that Quentin Beck is from, and maybe all the things that they did to alter the past, because they really messed some things up in Avengers Endgame when they messed up the whole Battle of New York. So maybe one of Quentin Beck's motivations, if that is the universe he's from, is that the Avengers messed up his reality and it made all these horrible things happen, so he wants to overtake this dimension. I don't know, guys. Those are just my thoughts on the trailer. I personally really enjoy the trailer. I can't wait for Spider-Man Far From Home. I hope you guys feel the same, but if you don't, let me know what you thought of the trailer. Let me know what you thought of my speculations, on some of my theories, on some of the topics that I brought up. If you like the trailer or not, let me know if you already got your tickets, and if I got anything wrong or if I missed anything, please let me know. Spider-Man Far From Home is like 2 months away, guys, and that will be the end of Phase 3, and after Spider-Man Far From Home, we are going to be getting the new slate of movies, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.